Well, good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, three things for this episode. This is going to be focused on more Joshi talk, but three things. Number one, the preliminary qualifiers for the TJPW Tokyo Princess Cup 12 have been set. The lottery has been done and the matchups have been set. So I'm going to go over those matchups. I'm also going to give my review of the recent Ice Ribbon show that took place at the Kitazawa Town Hall. So I'm going to do a review of that. And I'm going to do a review of Marigold Shine Forever 2025. So, an all Joshi related episode tonight. But let's go ahead and get started. So, TJPW is getting geared up for not only Summer Sun Princess, but also for the Tokyo Princess Cup 12. Now, as I mentioned before, we already have, there's going to be 16 total competitors for the main tournament. We already have 12 of them set. So in order to get the remaining 4 spots filled, there's going to be a 16-woman qualifier tournament, single elimination, all that. They recently just ran a lottery on the TJPW YouTube channel, and the matchups have been set. Of course, this was all done by Sari Namba and her, well, soon-to-be ring announcer replacement, Risa Shirai. But anyway, let's go over the matchup, shall we? Here they are. All right. So, starting from the top, going to the bottom. Your qualifier matchups. You got Kaya Toribami versus Chika Nanase. You have Himawari versus Mifu Ashida. You have Toga versus Ivy Steele. You have Haru Kazushiro versus who's getting ready to make her debut, Konatsu. You have Wakana Uehara versus Kira Summer. You have Pam Harajuku versus Haruna Neko. You have Mahiro Kiryu versus Moka Miyamoto. And you have Shino Suzuki versus Uta Takami. So those are your opening round Tokyo Princess Cup 12 qualifier matchups. Now, we don't have a bracket yet. There's no bracket. These are just the first matchups. We know that these are the first matchups. But it's really going to depend on how the bracket looks. But let's go over each of these matchups. And I'll just give my prediction just based on each of these. So, starting off, Kaya Toribami versus Chika Nanase. Honestly, I'm going to have to go with Kaya Toribami. I think she wins this one. We got Himawari versus Mifu Ashida. Now, while I do like Mifu Ashida, especially liked her ever since I saw her wrestle back in Ice Ribbon, I'm gonna have to go with Himawari for this matchup. But I would not be mad if Mifu Ashida won. I like both ladies, but I think Himawari's got this one. All right, we got Toga versus Ivy Steele. I'm going Toga. We got Haru Kazushiro versus the debuting Konatsu, which Konatsu will actually be making her debut on June 1st. So we're at least going to get a chance to see her in action before she has her qualifier match. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. I can't really bet against Haru Kazushiro in this one, but I'm very curious to see how Konatsu does in her debut. I'm very curious to see what type of style she brings and just how she does overall, since that's the newest TJPW trainee. All right, Wakana Uehara versus Kira Summer. Easy pick for me. Got to go with Wakana. Next up, Palm Harajuku versus Haruna Neko. Another easy pick for me. Got to go with Palm Harajuku. This next one actually might be a little bit tougher. Mahiro Kiryu versus Mocha Miyamoto. I personally will be pulling for Mocha Miyamoto. I think she takes it, but I wouldn't be too shocked if some way somehow Mahiro Kiryu won this. But I think Mocha's gonna get it. And then here's one that could be history changing. Shino Suzuki versus Uta Takami. This could finally be Uta Takami's chance to get her first victory, her first singles victory in TJPW. And honestly, I would not be against the idea of Uta Takami winning this match. Now, I'm not saying that she will be one of the 4 to qualify for the Tokyo Princess Cup 12, but I don't think it would really hurt to see her beat Shino Suzuki and get her first official singles victory ever. So you know what? I'm going to pull for Uta Takami. Because she's not going up against a super difficult opponent in Shino Suzuki. So I think Uta Takami has a good chance of pulling off the upset. Yes, Uta is technically the underdog, but I honestly think she has a good chance to upset Shino Suzuki and get her first singles victory. So I'm going to actually take a gamble and say Uta Takami beats Shino Suzuki. Now, as far as the 4 ladies that I think could round out the 16, like I said, it's really going to depend on what the overall bracket looks like. But just based off of these initial matchups, it's starting to look pretty difficult. But I'm hoping at least Wakana Uehara and Mocha Miyamoto are part of the 4. Himawari would be really cool. And Palm Harajuku. But like I said, it's really going to depend on what these matchups look like. As far as the tournament, the overall bracket. Because they haven't showed the bracket yet. But, oh, sorry about that. But, honestly, these are some interesting matchups. Some do look a little one-sided, but still some pretty interesting matchups. But yeah, and once again, just to reiterate, the preliminary round matches will take place on May 31st, June 7th, June 21st, and June 22nd. And then you'll have the final 8, which will have matches on July 6th and July 8th. So, and the winners, the final 4 winners, will take those 4 remaining spots for the Tokyo Princess Cup 12. Because like I said, 16 total. 16 total. But should be good. Should be really good. Looking forward to when they get this going, which should be starting. This is pretty much going to be starting. Actually, this will start before the before Summer Sun Princess. And I think we will at least have the full 16 set by the end of Summer Sun Princess. Or actually, no. I'm sorry. This is before Summer Sun Princess. Yeah. So they'll have it set at least by July 8th. So we'll at least know the full 16 before Summer Sun Princess, because Summer Sun Princess is July 21st. So kind of got my dates mixed up there. So yeah, should be good. Should be really good. Alrighty. Let's move on to Ice Ribbon. So, Ice Ribbon Kitazawa Town Hall Show. This show took place on May 25th. And this was at the Kitazawa Town Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Not a whole lot of people in attendance, only 121 people. But still a pretty decent show. And there were 2 title matches. So there were 5 matches total, but 2 title matches included. So let's go ahead and get started with the preview. First up, this was quite an interesting start. But first up, we had ourselves a 2-on-1 handicap match. As the team of Masahiro and Riko together took on Totoro Satsuki. Yeah, this was quite a entertaining match. Lasted 7 minutes 21 seconds, but most of the time was spent with Masahiro and Riko kind of playing keep away from Totoro Satsuki on the ring apron around the turnbuckles, which I thought was pretty entertaining. I mean, yeah, 2 much smaller wrestlers going up against the bigger, stronger Totoro. I mean, this was kind of an easy pick. But, I mean, it was good to see Masahiro and Riko do some nice little double team attacks, double team submission attempts. I mean, they weren't really able to keep Totoro down for long. I mean, let's just keep it real. But still, it was very entertaining, and just seeing them play keep away from Totoro was pretty nifty. But it was a pretty entertaining match. But to no surprise, Totoro ended up getting the victory. She actually pinned Riko while she had Masahiro in an Argentine backbreaker. So just, the disrespect. But yeah, Totoro got the pin, got the 3 count. Totoro Satsuki winning the 2-on-1 handicap match. Like I said, no surprise there. It was pretty obvious who was going to win. So, all right, let's go to our next match. Alrighty, we had ourselves a tag team match as we had the return of Nanae Furukawa as she teamed up with Akane Fujita, and they took on the team of Ibuki Hoshi and Kaho Matsushita. Overall, pretty solid match. Good to see Nanae Furukawa back in action in the ice ribbon ring. I did find it funny how the ref just kind of let Tsukina Umino just do anything. I mean, she got involved in this match quite a bit, and the ref did just let it go. But, I mean, that's kind of a normal thing in Japan, so nothing too crazy. The match lasted about 12 minutes. But it was good. It was nice back and forth between both teams. Both teams looked really good. Like I said, I've met Ibuki Hoshi. I've met Nanae Furukawa. I like them both. But good back and forth between both teams. Pretty solid match. Kaho Matsushita ended up getting the pin for her team. She pinned Nanae Furukawa with a pump handle suplex hold for the 3 count. Was kind of bummed. I was hoping Nanae Furukawa and Akane Fujita would win in her return, but didn't go down that way. But still a good match. And Ibuki Hoshi and Kaho Matsushita with the victory. Alrighty, let's go to our next match. Alright, next up we had a singles match as the Phoenix of Osaka, Miyuki Takase, took on Kirari Wakana. This was one of the matches and part of the 7-match series that Kirari Wakana is going through. Match lasted a little over 11 minutes long. And you know what? Miyuki Takase, she lit her up. I mean, with the chops. Really, really, pretty much kind of bullied Kirari Wakana. But, you know, Kirari Wakana had some decent offense. You know, some drop kick barrages. And, you know, definitely seemed to keep up with the Phoenix of Osaka. But, you know, Miyuki Takase was there to teach her a lesson. And that she did. And ended up being too much for Kirari Wakana to handle. Miyuki Takase got the pin on Kirari after hitting a guillotine leg drop. But great effort from Kirari Wakana. After all, Kirari Wakana is a former International Ribbon Tag Team Champion with Miku Kanai. So, you know, she can do a little something. And interestingly enough, I got to see her. She defeated Miria Kuga in the Ribbon Mania 2024. I was at that show. That was the opening matchup. So Kirari Wakana definitely, you know, shows promise. But she's still pretty young. Only 19 years old, and I don't think she's hit a full year. Or actually, this coming July, she will have been wrestling for 1 year. So, a couple of months, and she'll have her 1 year anniversary. So, keep up the good work. All right, let's go to our next match, which was our first of 2 title matches. All righty. We had the International Ribbon Tag Team Championships on the line as the champions, Cheerful Princess, which are Arisa Shinose and Misa Kagura, as they took on one of my favorite teams currently in Ice Ribbon, Bad Butts, made up of Anncham and Yappy. Solid title match. Great back and forth action between both of these teams. This lasted over 16 and a half minutes. Great action between both teams. Really could have gone either way. And I thought it was funny in the beginning how Tsukasa Fujimoto was able to get the bad butt sign out of Yappy's hands, and like, no, you can't use this sign. Can't use this sign. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, this was a good, solid match. Really went back and forth. I really loved the chemistry with Bad Butts. And thankfully, it ended up leading to victory as Yappy was able to get the pin on Arisa after hitting kind of a diving, twisting trust fall splash from the top turnbuckle. And Bad Butts are your new International Ribbon Tag Team Champions. Unfortunately, in the midst of this, Yappy suffered a dislocated elbow. For those that were watching, you could see she was kind of holding her arm throughout that last sequence after the match because, she suffered a dislocated elbow. She did post on her social media that, she's recovering well and looking forward to getting back into the ring as soon as possible to defend the belts. So, unfortunate that she got the injury, but it sounds like she doesn't have to have any surgery or anything like that and just will have to let it kind of heal. But congratulations to Bad Butts, Anncham, and Yappy on becoming the new International Ribbon Tag Team Champions. Team I was definitely rooting for, so great victory. Alright, then we have the main event of this Ice Ribbon Kitazawa Town Hall show. Alright, we had the Ice Cross Infinity Championship on the line as the champion, Minami Katsu, defended against JTO's own Sumika Yanagawa. Of course, big fan of Sumika Yanagawa, who I've also met while I was in Japan. Pretty solid match. It did seem like Minami Katsu kind of had the momentum throughout the beginning half of the match, but Sumika definitely got her second win. Match was just a little over 12 minutes long, so wish it was a little bit longer, especially with that being the main event. But it was still a pretty solid match, and Minami Katsu, I have to say, Minami Katsu has been definitely showing that she can be a dominant champion. For reals. And she's been looking good. She's been looking really good. But sure enough, she did end up defeating Sumika Yanagawa, pinning her with a hammerlock German suplex. I don't know what her finisher's called, but it was pretty cool. But yeah, pinned her for the 3 count, and that is now 3 successful defenses of the Ice Cross Infinity Championship for Minami Katsu. So far, looking really good as champion, looking pretty dominant. So, hey, we'll have to see who may be next in line to challenge for her title. I don't know, but so far that's 3 successful defenses, and 2 of them have already been against former Ice Cross Infinity champions in Ibuki, Hoshi, and Totoro Satsuki. So it's a pretty big deal. So we'll see who challenges her next. But right now, Minami Katsu is looking really great. But overall, good show. Like I said, only 5 matches. It wasn't one of their big shows, but still a solid show from Ice Ribbon. I enjoyed it. Okay. Now let's switch gears to Dreamstar fighting Marigold. All right. So we had Marigold Shine Forever, a glorious celebration. This also took place, well, this took place on May 24th. This was at the Yoyogi National Gymnasium, number 2, in Tokyo, Japan. According to the registered attendance, 2,450 people in attendance. But yeah, this was actually a very solid show. Very solid show. But let's go ahead and let's get our preview started. Got my graphics up. Let's do it. First match. Alrighty, first match. We had a special debut as Shino, the daughter of Michiko Okamai. Or Omakai. I think it's Omakai. Michiko Omakai. The daughter of Michiko Omakai, Shino, taking on the current Marigold United National Champion and non-title singles action, Mai Sakurai. I gotta keep it real with y'all. Shino looked good in her debut. Like, I was very impressed. Got to see a lot of kicks. Got to see some submission attempts. Like, Shino looked really good. Her chain wrestling looked good. Like, Shino looked like a beast in this match. Not bad, y'all. Not bad for her debut match. Especially going up against a champion. Not bad. I definitely look forward in seeing more of Shino in action. Now I know there was a point where she was bleeding from the mouth. It was either bleeding from the nose or mouth. I think it was nose. But I mean, Shino looked good. I mean, those kicks. I liked her gear as well. Her wrestling gear looked really cool. But yeah, and even withstanding some of Mai Sakurai's offense and bouncing back and escaping out of submission attempts, I was very impressed with Shino's debut. I think she's got a bright future, just like her mom. I think she's got a bright future. Mai Sakurai did end up getting the victory, though. She was able to submit Shino with STF. But, like I said, great showcase for Shino in this opening match, her debut. And I look forward to seeing more of Shino. I thought she was awesome. Heck, get her and Sari Yamaoka face-to-face for a match. I'm down. I'm totally down. But yeah, very impressed with Shino's debut. That opening match lasted 12 and a half minutes. So Shino got decent time in her debut. So hey, kudos. Kudos, Marigold. Good stuff. Alrighty, let's move on to our next match. Here we go. Alrighty. We had 8-woman tag team action. We had the team of Chanyota, Erina Yamanaka, Ryoko Sakamura, and Nagisa Tachibana. And they took on Darkness Revolution, made up of Nagisa Nozaki, Chiaki, Psycho Speed, Misao Matsui, and Megaton. Now, I know Megaton is part of Darkness Revolution, but she kind of seems like the odd one out. They're treating her like the odd one out. But, pretty decent match. Although I wish it could have gone a little longer. This match only lasted 9 minutes, 27 seconds. Wish it could have went over 10. But, definitely enjoyed this match. It was good seeing more of Chanyota and Erina Yamanaka. And I mean, Ryoko Sakamura and Nagisa Tachibana are still on the up and coming as rookies, but you know, I think they'll get there. They're getting better. They're getting better, just little by little. Loving this new look for Misa Matsui. Her as Psycho Speed. I'm definitely loving this new look for her. But overall match was pretty good. Megaton being all silly and living to her current gimmick and whatnot. But Misa Matsui was able to get the pin on Ryoko Sakamura after hitting a diving double foot stomp. And then they kind of sort of just ditched Megaton as they were leaving and going up the ramp, kind of leaving her behind. But Darkness Revolution with the victory in this match, with Misa Matsui, Psycho Speed, picking up the victory for her team. Alrighty, let's go on to our next match. Alrighty, tag team action. As we had a big return. That's right. We had the return of the Amethyst Butterfly, the current GHC Women's Champion, Koki Amare, teaming up with Kizuna Tanaka to take on Chika Goto and Minami Yuki. So great to see Koki Amare back, of course, rocking some new gear as well. Love seeing her teamed up with Kizuna Tanaka. Chika Goto continues to have this more fired up attitude, which is really cool. But they had a pretty good physical match. Way to welcome Koki Amare back into the ring. This is another one that I wish the match could have been longer. It was 8 minutes 58 seconds, so just under 9 minutes. I wish it could have been longer, especially with this being Koki Amare's return. But I definitely like the back and forth between Gochika and Koki. I would like to see a little bit more variety, though, from Koki. I mean, she does a lot of big boot attacks. So I would like to see a little more variety from her. I know that's like her bread and butter strike, that big boot. But I would like to see more from her, because I'm definitely become quite a fan of Koki Amare, and she shows a lot of potential. And especially with her being the GHC Women's Champion, you know, got to get more variety out of her. But, pretty decent match. I just wish it would have been longer. But a big return for Koki Amare as she was able to get the victory for her team, hitting the Amethyst Butterfly on Yuki Minami, or Minami Yuki, pinning her for the 1-2-3. Koki Amare, Kizuna Tanaka, your winners. Welcome back, Koki Amare. We've missed you dearly. And I'm excited for what the future has for the Amethyst Butterfly now that she has made her return back into the Marigold ring. Okay. Let's go to our next match. Now we're about to really have some fun. Oh yeah. The Marigold versus Marvelous rivalry continues. Yes, indeed. It continues with a 10-woman elimination tag match. Representing Team Marigold, you had Natsumi Shozuki, Nao Ishikawa, Hummingbird, Ryoseto, and Komomo Minami. Representing Team Marvelous, you had Magenta of Riko Kawahara and Maria, Ai Hozan, and the Marvelous Rookies of Senka Akatsuki and Sora Ayame. I was very excited for this match, and it definitely delivered. Match lasted just a little bit under 20 minutes, but definitely was one of my favorite matches of the entire card. Definitely delivered from start to finish. The action was continuous, and it definitely, the momentum between both teams really went back and forth. So, it was very enjoyable. Okay, order of eliminations. So, Senka of Marvelous getting the first elimination for her team as she eliminated Komomo Minami after hitting a lariat and then covering her with one of her shoot pins. So, Marvelous with the first elimination. Then, now Ishikawa evens it up by pinning Sora Ayame after a fireman's carry spine buster. Thought was pretty cool. Riko Kawahara ended up pinning Hummingbird after hitting a lion salt. And then Marigold evens it up, eliminating Senka with a diving double knee drop was Natsumi Shozuki. And then there were a couple of over-the-top rope eliminations, which you can get an elimination by pinfall, submission, referee stoppage, or toss your opponent over the top rope. Which is what happened with Magenta, Nao Ishikawa, and Natsumi Shozuki. They got eliminated over the top rope. So when it all came down to it, the final two remaining was Ryoseto of Marigold and Ai Hozan of Marvelous. And those two really just let everything out, and they just went at it, back and forth. But it would be Ryoseto to take it home for Team Marigold as she pinned Ai Hozan with a reverse tiger suplex for the 3 count. Ryoseto, the sole survivor, leading her team. Well, technically Natsumi Shozuki was the leader, but sealing the victory for Team Marigold, Ryoseto, with the final elimination and the last one remaining. So Team Marigold for the win. Very entertaining elimination match. Very entertaining. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. Here we go. It continues. Marigold versus Marvelous for more action through this special singles match. Representing Team Marigold, Sari Yamaoka, the super rookie, took on the ace of Marvelous, Takumi Aroha. This was another excellent match. Definitely a banger. Lasted 12 minutes, 14 seconds, but very physical, very back and forth. I have to say, Sari Yamaoka really took it to Takumi Aroha. I mean, just gave her all against the ace of Marvelous. Definitely could have gone either way, especially with how strong Sari Yamaoka looked in this match. But she would unfortunately come up just a little bit short, as Takumi Aroha got the last laugh in the end, pinning Sari Yamaoka after hitting a pump handle Z360. Very similar to Zoe Stark's finisher, but did it out of a pump handle position. So I thought that was very cool. I don't know if she has a specific name for that for Takumi Aroha's version, but it was really cool. But yeah, pinned Sari Yamaoka after that for the 3 count. And that's one for Team Marvelous, courtesy of Takumi Aroha. Great match. Great match between both ladies. All right. Now it's time to get into some championship matches. All right. First up, we had the Marigold Superfly Championship on the line. As the champion, Victoria Yuzuki defended against former Stars stablemate Mayu Iwatani. Well, this was quite the meeting between these two former stablemates. And I have to say, I mean, it is for the title, and normally the super flyweight title matches only have a 15-minute time limit. So this makes it difficult for those matches to always consistently be over 10 minutes. But, and this one was just barely under 10 minutes. It was 9 minutes, 58 seconds. But was still a solid match. Kudos to Victoria Yuzuki, really bringing it with her offense to Mayu Iwatani. Definitely looked strong against Mayu and didn't hold anything back, for sure. I believe Mayu was bleeding from the mouth a little bit throughout the match, but went back and forth. Victoria Yuzuki definitely did a good job of really keeping up with Mayu, but Mayu Iwatani continues to show why she is one of the best wrestlers, and she got the victory on Victoria Yuzuki after hitting 3 turnbuckle moonsaults, touching each turnbuckle, or each turnbuckle pad. But yeah, hit the triple moonsault, and Mayu Iwatani, just like that, has won her first Marigold Championship, as she is now the new Marigold Superfly Champion. That didn't take long. That did not take long at all. But, I mean, can't really be surprised. I mean, as soon as Marigold got this title shot, we all knew what was going to happen. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, but there you go. Mayu Iwatani already secured her some Marigold gold. See what I did there? But we'll see who ends up challenging her later. Should be interesting. Okay. And then our last title match of the card came down to the red belt, the Marigold World Championship. As the champion, the Red Queen, Utami Hayashishita, defended against Mirai. Of course, these two have done battle quite a number of times, whether it's singles matches, tag, trios, you name it. These two put on another showcase. Very strong showcase, a banger, all of the above. That's what they did. Lasted for 16 minutes, 12 seconds. Hard hitting, back and forth action between both of these power fighters. And I loved every minute of it. Really could have gone either way with how this match was going. It was definitely very intense. But the Red Queen would not be denied her throne, as it took a hijack bomb to put away Mirai for the 3 count. And it took a while, but she was finally able to hit it. And Utami Hayashishita, still your Marigold World Champ. Which I believe this makes defense number 3 for Utami. Because, that's right, because she defended against Tank and Bozilla. So So yeah, 3 successful defenses for Utami. Not to mention, it seems that she has named Takumi Aroha as her next challenger. She wants to defend against Takumi Aroha. So definitely looking forward to when that time comes. That should be an excellent match. And then the true main event of Marigold Shine Forever, A Glorious Celebration came down to this. This was Nanae Takahashi's final match, her retirement match. That's right. Nanae Takahashi versus Miku Ano. Solid match to close out this show. Match lasted just a little over 22 minutes. And I tell you, Nanae Takahashi did her thing. She hit pretty much everything she had against Miku Ano, but Miku Ano just would not be denied. And you know, she threw everything at Nanae. It was great. Even had a moment where they both sat in chairs and just started slapping each other. Just back and forth. I mean, it was physical. It was intense. But even styles clashes couldn't put away Nanae Takahashi, which is usually how Miku Ano finishes her matches. It took Miku using one of Nanae's finishers, that 1 second EX. Dropping her with the 1 second EX, and then pinning her for the 3 count. Miku Ano gets the victory in Nanae Takahashi's retirement match. Quite an epic way to end the show. Or did it? As a matter of fact, afterwards, Nanae Takahashi got on the mic and said, "My body's worn out, but I'm not done yet. I still got more left in me. Who wants some more?" And this ended up turning into a Nanae Takahashi gauntlet. That's right. A handful of wrestlers ran the gauntlet against Nanae Takahashi. 1 minute matches each. Your opponents. First, you had Senka Akatsuki, which they went back and forth, went to a time limit draw. Then, her passion sister, Sari Yamaoka, comes in, and within 1 minute was actually able to pin Nanae Takahashi. Of course, it was kind of a hug sort of pin. Then afterwards, Koki Amare decides she wants to get some of Nanae Takahashi. That ended up being a time limit draw. And then, representing T-Hearts, Yumika Hota came in, wanted to get some of the passion action. She ended up getting pinned by Nanae Takahashi. And then finally, Momoe Nakanishi is the last one to appear for the gauntlet, and Nanae ended up pinning Momoe in the end. And that concluded the Nanae Takahashi gauntlet. So, 5 competitors ran the gauntlet. And then afterwards, they had the retirement ceremony. They had the Marigold roster present Nanae with flowers and gifts. You even had Minami Toyota. Saw her. That was really cool. Chigusa Nagayo. A lot of well-known names. Nanae's mother putting the crown of flowers on her head. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, Nanae Takahashi having her final match, and then of course they ran down her accomplishments. And you know, Nanae has been wrestling since I believe '96. But yeah, quite the lineup. Let's see. For All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, she was a one-time All Japan AJW champion, a two-time AJW Tag Team champion, both times with Momoe Nakanishi, a two-time WWWA World Single Champion, a five-time WWA World Tag Team Champion, two times with Momoe Nakanishi, one time with Tomoko Watanabe, one time with Etsuko Mita, and one time with one of my favorites, Ayako Hamada. Let's see. It's like she won the 21st Century League as well as the Japan Grand Prix in 2000 and 2002. The Tag League, the best in 98 with Momoe Nakanishi, and then 2003 with Ayako Hamada. Let's see. For AWA Superstars of Wrestling, she was a three-time AWA World Women's Champion. For Ice Ribbon, which they had the Ice Ribbon crew present to do the retirement ceremony, gave her some gifts as well. So the Ice Ribbon crew was there. She is a three-time International Ribbon Tag Team Champion. Once with Minori Makiba, once with Kazumi Shimonma, and once with Emi Sakura. She was also a former Triangle Ribbon Champion. Won the Sarasaku Tag Tournament in 2009 with Minori Makiba. In JD Star, she was a BSJ Queen of the Ring winner. In JWP Joshi Pro Wrestler, she was a JWP Openweight Champion. In Neo, Japan Ladies Pro Wrestling, she was a one-time Neo Single Champion, a one-time Neo Tag Team Champion with Kana. Some of y'all know her as Asuka. One-time NWA Women's Pacific Champion, and won the Midsummer Tag Tournament 8 in 2009 with Emi Sakura. In Pro Wrestling 01 Max, she was an AWA Japan Women's Champion one time, and a Blast Queen Champion one time. Seedling, she was a one-time Beyond the Sea Singles Champion, and a one-time Beyond the Sea Tag Team Champion with the not too long ago recently retired Arisa Nakajima. Stardom, World Wonder Ring Stardom. She was the first ever World of Stardom champion, a three-time Goddess of Stardom champion, with one time with Miho Wakizawa, one time with Kairi Hojo, those of y'all know her as Kairi Sane, and one time with Yu, which she won Goddesses of Stardom Tag Championship Tournament with Miho Wakizawa, which is how she won the titles. And she's a two-time winner of the Goddess of Stardom Tag League, once with Kairi Hojo and once with Yu. She has also won the 2013 5-Star Grand Prix. Let's see. Yeah, so those are her accomplishments in Stardom. And most recently, Dream Star fighting Marigold, where she is a one-time Marigold Twin Star champion with Sari Yamaoka. So, quite an excellent list of accomplishments for Nanae Takahashi. Debuted in July 14th, 1996, retired May 24th of 2025. Quite a career. Quite a career. But thank you, Nanae Takahashi, for such a long, entertaining career. And word is she's gonna still be doing stuff behind the scenes with Marigold, and I don't know if not just Marigold, but in general. Who knows? She might still train people, but it sounds like she's still going to be active in the business in some way, even outside of the ring. But Nanae Takahashi, enjoy your retirement. Thank you for all you've done for the business, and whatever you decide to do next. Hope you enjoy. And yeah. Also, speaking of Marigold, the next big show from Marigold got announced. Marigold Grand Destiny 2025, which will be a pay-per-view, and it will take place October 26th at my favorite venue so far that I've been to in Japan, Ryogoku Kokikugan, aka the Ryogoku Sumo Hall. My favorite venue. Looking forward to it. But yeah, looks like their next big pay-per-view. And also shout out to Skiban. They just announced that they're going to be having their next show at the Anime Expo in Los Angeles, California at the LA Convention Center July 5th. So, those of y'all that are going to be out there for the Anime Expo in LA, definitely take advantage. Grab yourself a ticket to the show. And you know what? It really makes sense that Skiban is doing a show at the Anime Expo. I mean, after all, the theme of this promotion is pretty much pro wrestling meets anime and kind of combining the two. So it makes sense for them to do a show at the Anime Expo. But yeah, y'all should check it out. If y'all have the chance, y'all should definitely check it out. Anyway, that's all that I have for this Joshi loaded video. Definitely let me know what y'all's thoughts are. The qualifiers for the Tokyo Princess Cup 12. What do you think of those matchups? What 4 of those matchups or those competitors do you think will qualify for the Tokyo Princess Cup 12? What did you think of the Ice Ribbon show? Like I said, Bad Butts are the new International Ribbon Tag Team Champions. And also, what did y'all think of Marigold Shine Forever, A Glorious Celebration? What did you think of the matches? Let me know your favorite Nanae Takahashi moments. And, yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.